Xabi Alonso, a real pleasure to speak to you. Without question, you're one of the most global footballers we've ever seen. Successful in Spain, successful in England, successful in Germany. Why is it that you chose to begin your coaching career back in Basque Country? What brought you home?
Because I'm from here, and my attach, my link, my family, friends. I started here, so for me, it made total sense to come back to my roots and a new stage of my life. A lot of years playing football, but coming back home and restarting again where everything started. It made I knew that probably was the right step for my new coaching career, and so far I am really learning. The project that we have in Real Sociedad is fantastic, and for me it's a great privilege and pleasure to be here, helping with the young players to develop, and I progress and I learn a lot as well.
For those of us who aren't from Spain, who aren't from the Basque Country, what does it mean to be Basque as a person and a footballer?
Well, we are really proud where we come from and how we do things. The character, personality of the region is very not unique, but we are really we believe in what we do, and in Real Sociedad it's very similar to society, and so far the club has a great project where we want to be competitive on top level, but we want to the young players that from the region to be able to play in the top level as well. And for that, we have a very intense program of development, of progression, of how to create, not just to buy great players, to create great players. And that process is very interesting.
Your coaching career has been very successful. At youth level, you won a title with the Real Madrid under 14s. You've come and coached the Real Sociedad B team, and that team's earned promotion. What is your coaching philosophy, and how does that tie into what you were talking about earlier, the Basque way of doing things?
Well, I think that as a coach, one of the main tasks is to know where you are, to know the type of club that you are, where you are, the team that you have, and as important as that, as you need to be able to adapt and to take the best from the players. That's the most important thing. For sure, you need to have your ideas, your own personality, your own identity, and to transmit those ideas to the players. But from my experience as a player, I think that I have had great managers. My knowledge is there, but all that knowledge I need to shape it, and for me to feel what I do and to feel it natural. Because if it's not natural, if it's not authentic, probably it's not gonna work. And so far I am finding myself, and that process for me it's very very interesting.
Your former teammates and friends, Luis Garcia, he said that you were coaching even when you were playing. Why did he have that perception of you?
Well, it's very common in center midfielders. I think that when you are right in the middle of the game, you need to think about your game, but you need to think about the collective. You need to think about the team and how you can help everyone, how you can understand why things are happening, and what you can provide, the tempo, or in terms of defense, in terms of attack. And that was my job when I was on the pitch. And it's like what sometimes the manager, he doesn't have time to give an instruction on the pitch. So you need players that they are able to take those decisions when you are playing so quick. and that was my job, and that's why it became natural to me to make that process to try to be a manager.
You've played under some of the game's greatest managers, Vicente Del Bosque, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Rafa Benitez. I mean, there's so many great coaches you've worked under. I'd love to hear from Carlo Ancelotti is another one. I'd love to hear from your perspective what you've learned from each of those coaches. Like, feel free to take as long as you want, but I'd imagine each was so different in their own way, and you would have learned different things from them.
Yeah, as you said, I have been very lucky to have many of the best managers in the last decade, in the last 2 decades, and because of that, I feel and I know that I have learned from all of them. All of them, they have different personalities, different approach of the game, different tactics, different ways, methods of training, of preparation of the game. But all of them, they have this aura, this charisma of being great leaders. And the leaders, they are able, the people and the team, to follow them. And that's when we have said before that when you are able, when the manager is able, that the team is following him and the team believes what he says, he has big part of the toughest job done. And with different personalities, but they have all this thing in common, and that's what I know and what I try to do. It's not easy, but it's what I try.
Certainly the secret sauce seems to be being somebody that people will follow and will be able to, feed off you. Of those coaches I mentioned, which of those coaches would you say was the most influential in your career, and who perhaps did you enjoy playing under the most?
No, it's not. It would not be fair for me to choose one, because I've been lucky enough to try in different countries, different cultures, great clubs, and that's been my joy, and what I, looking back to my career, what I feel proud of, that I have been able to have my own career, my own way, choosing what I wanted, and along that way, I have been able to work with great coaches, and from all of them, I am so grateful, because I became a better player, and I learned a lot from them.
I guess I'll ask a question maybe related to Vicente Del Bosque, because of the coaches you played for, he was the national Spanish coach. You were his vice captain, long-serving servant to that team. When you manage internationally, I guess it's very different to doing it on a club level where you're seeing everyone almost every day and you're regularly interacting. How would you say he fashioned that successful Spanish team, given the rivalry that was between Barcelona, Real Madrid, and the limited amount of time he had to work with you guys?
Vicente, he was a great, he was a very peaceful man. He was a great gentleman. So he knew with less how to do more. I mean, not many times when you don't have that much time, you need to try to do everything so quick and everything like it's, you need to respect the process. And I think that Vicente, he knew that the national team, as you said, is different environment from a club level, and you need to know that, and you need to be able to find their own tempo. And for that, he was a great maestro, and he was able to be ready to have the trust of the players as well. He gave a lot of confidence for us, because he knew that we were managing in our team, and we were playing in our teams, and we were dealing with different situations. And it was one of his secrets, how to deal with difficult situations.
You've spoken a lot about charisma and leading, and that's what you need as a great coach. I'm wondering, do you have a mentor or somebody you use as a sounding board who's guiding you through your coaching? Is there somebody who helps coach you?
Uh, I have. I am lucky enough to have a great staff that helps me a lot. You know, I have my family as well. My father, he was player, he was manager. My brother as well, he was. So I have, you know, a family link to talk about that. They help me a lot. What things happening or in the team, or to calm down sometimes, or what we can improve. So those are the people that I have really confidence, they have trust, and they help me a lot on daily basis.
Your dad obviously won the league twice at Real Sociedad, if I'm correct.
Yes.
I was going to say, when you told him you were going into coaching, was he proud? Did he say, no, no, no? What was his reaction when you told him?
Probably my mother, he would say, no, no, come on, Xabi, you have had enough. Now time to settle and to take things more gentle, more easier. But no, my father, he made the same route. He took that route from player. He became manager as well. So he knew that I love the game and that at some stage I was gonna try. And now he's enjoying it. He's following it. He's supporting me. He's supporting us because he's from San Sebastian. He's from Real Sociedad fan, so he's happy as well.
I'm guessing your wife was the only one who said, please think about this.
Yeah. My wife and my mother, yeah.
There are a lot of young coaches all across the world. I mean, I'm thinking of those who have had baptisms of fire. You know, they found it really difficult. Frank Lampard started well at Chelsea, but it sadly ended quickly. Andrea Pirlo at Juventus. I know earlier this year you were linked potentially with the move to Borussia Mönchengladbach, but you chose to stay, or you're staying at Real Sociedad and continuing to coach. I'm wondering, in your own development, Xabi, when do you think you'll be ready to take that step up to one of the top flight teams?
I don't have a time frame for my career. I think I prefer to find to take a step by step, and right now I feel that my step is here because I am not in a rush to reach the top level. If it comes, it will come, but it's not something that I feel that I need right now. I know that at some stage, if I keep doing well and I think I might do it, it will come. But right now, the right step is to be here in Sociedad because we are in second division. But for me, it's a great challenge. It doesn't matter if you can be Champions League and you can be in second division, but for us, it's as challenging as that, and you can enjoy it as well. So last year we were in third division, and you are playing against some of and all the teams, and they feel it, they love it again, and they live it as it would be the top level. So you can enjoy it football, whatever level it is. And for me right now, as I've said, I'm not in a rush to reach the top level. Right now, I feel that this stage is important for me to take step by step and to improve things, and we will see what happens in the future. But no, I'm not pushing myself.
I think there's a chance that Xabi Alonso can become the manager of Liverpool in the future. That's what Jamie Carragher said. When you hear a former teammate, a legend of the club, say that, what does that mean to you?
A great proud and a great pride. So proud, because as I said, as a player, I made my way, and I was in, for me, 4 best clubs for me: Sociedad, Liverpool, Madrid, and Bayern. For me, those clubs are, I feel so attached. My link is very strong with all of them, and my admiration, my passion with those clubs is still there. And whenever I go, I am here in San Sebastian, and Liverpool fans, they salute me, and I still feel that support. And for me, feeling that that's alive, it's great. And right now, Jurgen is doing a great job. So I think that the job is fulfilled at the moment, the role. We will see, but for sure, it's Liverpool is top club for me. Very, very, very special.
Xabi, whenever we look at coaches, we see a preference, a philosophy, a style. Earlier in the interview, you alluded to the fact of you adapt to your players, and you put in place the principles that's going to get the best out of them. And I think that makes a lot of sense to anyone. But when you look at someone like Marcelo Bielsa, when you look at Pep Guardiola, when you look at some of the great managers like Zagallo with Brazil, I mean, way before both our times, but they all had a way of playing, a way that they wanted to set up. What would be your perfect game plan? What would be your perfect strategy? Is it high press? Is it set up the defense? What would it be for you?
Well, I think that it's very similar what I was as a player. I was midfielder, so I like the control. And I like my teams to control the game, to play good football, to be able to be active with the ball, not to be waiting for the opponent what they do, to be brave, to have to be proactive, to find things. And after the systems, the tactics, we will find a way. But those principles, that's what I like from my team and what we try to do.
I just have a couple of light-hearted quickfire questions to ask you now that really pertain to your time with the Spanish national team. So they're just short, sharp, quick, fun questions. The first one is, what is your favorite World Cup memory? It's a pretty hard question, isn't it?
Iniesta's goal. No doubt. Very easy.
Where were you on the pitch when it was scored?
I was on the bench. I had been substitute for Cesc Fabregas.
In that game, De Jong karate kicked you in the final. It was really ugly tackle, very reckless. Has he ever apologized to you for that?
We played against each other, and but no hard feelings against him. It was a hard tackle that can happen, and we won the World Cup, so it doesn't matter.
What is your favorite Vicente Del Bosque anecdote? What is your favorite story with him? A motivational speech, something lighthearted?
I think that we remember that we were last group stage game against Chile. We were so tense, we were so nervous, and he gave us a speech like so calm, so to release those nerves, and that was total Vicente Del Bosque way.
Aside from that Iniesta goal and the World Cup success, what is your favorite first memory of watching the World Cup? Do you have one?
My first memory is World Cup in Italy, 1990. I think the World Cup that the Bremen penalty and a hat trick that scored Mitchell against Yugoslavia, I think, or against Korea. But that World Cup is my first memory.
What was your experience of playing the first World Cup in Africa, in South Africa? What do you remember about that?
Well, any World Cup is great. And for me, it was, I had that motivation, that hunger because we believed that we could do it that time. And, the country was following us. They were supporting us, and to feel it the African way, it was different, but it was great as well.
Are you a fan of the Vuvuzela?
Well, that was different. We got used to it. At the first moment, it wasn't very natural.
More quick questions from me. After the final, you guys boarded a plane, came back to Spain. What was it like arriving back to that type of celebration?
Well, it was, at that moment we were feeling like kings. That we were we had a great run in the Euros, World Cup, so we were over the moon. And the way we were the reception we had in Madrid, the whole country was behind us. They were supported. They were cheering for us. So it was like a dream.
Last question. Spain's chances in Qatar?
They are always there. They always have great team, great players, and it's great challenge to play against the best ones. So not easy, but why not?
Perfect. Xabi Alonso, thank you for your time. You've been so generous. All the best with your coaching career.